Hello everybody and welcome back to another little video. Um, so I've been having a little think about what to talk about today, and it's kind of a little bit of an anniversary, a weird anniversary for me this month. It's been 4 years since I was officially diagnosed with my fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. But of course, as many of you know, I was sick for many years before. So when I initially became sick about 15-16 years ago, I was just not able to do anything. I had to give up work, I had to give up my teaching, and I was in bed quite a lot. Initially my doctor tried me on a prescription medication that just gave me every single side effect going, and that made me even sicker. So I had to be weaned off that for about 8 months, and that was so very hard. But once I got through all that in that first year of being really sick, I started thinking about something. I needed to do something for myself because I was going a little bit stir crazy. I've always been a person that's done things, that's been places, that's worked and taught, and all of a sudden I couldn't do that, and it was incredibly hard. So that's how I came up with my little, what I call my little healing art dolls, or my little mini art dolls, or whatever you like to call them. Some people call them spirit dolls. It's going to sound a little bit strange when I say this, but these little dolls got me through a lot. They almost were like my little friends. Each one, I feel, has their own little personality, and I know that sounds a little bit weird. Okay, yeah, it's a bit weird, but honestly, when you're looking for something, I haven't finished these yet, these are kind of ones I've just started. When you need something and you find something that makes you feel happy, and it just helped me tremendously to create these dolls. And so I realized after a while making these, that because I couldn't teach physically, it was just too much for me. I thought, well, how about I come up with a kit? So that's what I did. It took me a few months to come up with the idea and the supply ideas and everything, how to package, you know, and label and everything. But I was really happy with how they came out. And I started selling my doll kits in my Etsy store quite a few years ago. And honestly, I was so surprised. The response I had was amazing. And I'm so happy that these kits go to so many homes all over the United States, for people to make their own little mini spirit dolls, healing dolls, or goddess dolls, or whatever you want them to be. They can be whatever. And they're such a joy to make, and I still make them today because I just really enjoy making them. All the faces that you see on my dolls, they're all handmade by me. They're made with polymer clay and mica pigment powders. And then what I do is I've been a collector of embellishments for many years, and yarns and fibers and fabrics. So each kit is just a little bit different. No one is the same. And so, you know, each time you buy a kit, there'll be something different in there. I'm always finding new embellishments. Some of them are vintage, some of them are not. But I do love fiber art, so I have a huge collection of fabrics, and it's really fun to go through those and cut out the fabric for you. And then when I get orders, I get so happy because I love putting these kits together. It feels, you know, it just feels like you're putting a little gift together for somebody, and I want them to feel when they open this kit that it's special. And I hope that people do feel that. And I've had wonderful feedback, and I can't thank you enough for everybody who's bought my kits. I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. So the three dolls I'm about to show you, these are currently in my Etsy store for sale. Now, also my kits are, and what I'm going to do is a separate video to show you all the contents that you would get in a kit. It's easier for me to do that on the table than to like show you in the camera face first. But these are little dolls that are available for sale in my Etsy store. Now, unfortunately, I used to ship internationally. Then, sadly, the shipping rates went through the roof. And unfortunately, I realized that to ship a doll kit to a different country would cost more than the kit itself. And it just didn't seem fair to be charging people more for shipping than the kit. It just didn't seem right. I mean, obviously, if anybody abroad is interested in a kit, you can always drop me a line and we'll figure something out. But I hate to feel like I'm overcharging for things, even when I'm not. You know, it just seems everything costs so much money these days. So, yeah, so like I say, if you're into these little dolls, and you know, you can put your own personality into them too, which is really, really lovely. You can find elements in the garden, little twigs and flowers and things like that. You can dry them and stick them on, and I mean, there's just so much you can do with these little dolls. And one little story that it will always stay with me is that a dear friend of mine, Mary, she was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago, and I used to go and keep her company at the hospital while she was having her chemotherapy. And one day, well, I would always take like cookies and flowers with me because, you know, who doesn't love cookies and flowers, especially when they're going through something so yucky. But one day I also made her one of my art dolls, but I turned it into a fairy doll, and I put little wings and sparkles and glitter, and oh, it was so adorable. And I loved making this doll for her, and I gave it to her one day at the hospital, and she was just so over the moon with it, and that just warmed my heart. Sadly, she passed away, but she was just the most amazing person and a very, very wonderful friend. But it made me feel so happy to be able to be with her while she was going through that, and to give her one of my little dolls to keep her company, so to speak. Anyway, so those are my little dolls, and so what I'll do next is make a little video of all the kit supplies that you get in case you're interested, and I will post those to my channel fairly soon. And I hope you're all doing well, and thank you for watching again. I'm having so much fun making these little videos again. It feels really good to be back in front of the camera. So okie dokie, I will be back soon. Take care. All right, everyone. Bye.